Thank you to my friend for yielding. Mr. Speaker, I rise today in strong support of House Resolution 1065, which is critical to addressing one of the most pressing challenges of our time, the unprecedented crisis at our southern border. This resolution is not just a condemnation of this administration's policies, but a call to action, a plea for a return to responsibility, security, and the rule of law. The Biden administration's approach to border security, marked by its relentless pursuit of political correctness at the expense of common sense and American lives, has reached a point of abject failure. This was made painfully clear by the president's abhorrent recent statements, where he felt compelled to apologize for accurately identifying a murderer as an illegal immigrant. Let me be very clear. As a granddaughter of Mexican immigrants myself, I am very proud of our heritage. In fact, the community where my family and I live is over 90% Hispanic, and I have yet to encounter anyone outside of 3 or 4 activists here in Washington, D.C. who are offended by calling Laken Riley's killer exactly what he is, an illegal immigrant who is a murderer. In fact, where I'm from, being called an illegal immigrant is perhaps the kindest thing we would say about such a despicable individual who is a murderer. The outrage seems reserved for those who are out of touch with the realities of everyday Americans, including the vast majority of Hispanics who are sick and tired of extremists using our culture as a shield for their radical open borders agenda. President Biden's apology is emblematic of a broader issue. Our border policy, just like everything else with this administration, is not dictated by the needs of Americans, but by the whims of D.C. insiders and the elitists who just don't care about working Americans. Their policies have jeopardized the safety and well-being of both American families and the migrants and children who are being exploited by the ruthless cartels. This resolution once again brings to light the harrowing reality that under President Biden and Secretary Mayorkas' watch, our nation has witnessed the worst border crisis in American history. The resolution is clear on its demands. It is time for this administration to uphold its responsibilities. We must initiate asylum cooperative agreements with safer partner countries, expedite removal authority judiciously, and ensure that those not admissible are detained as federal law requires. This is not merely a question of immigration policy, but of national security, public safety, and basic human dignity. I respectfully implore my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support House Resolution 1065. Let us send a resounding message to the safety and security of American citizens that the safety and security of American citizens are non-negotiable. We deserve a sensible, secure, and humane immigration system. For the sake of our nation, for the protection of our citizens, and the integrity of our borders, I urge you to support this resolution. Thank you. I yield back.